What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Jimmy Johnson Jr., and I'm back on my podcast, Vitamins. We take vitamins every day, just like we talk about sports every day, man. How are y'all feeling, man? I'm feeling great, man. You know, I'm getting the love and respect of the game of talking about sports, but I got to hurt some feelings today. I'm going to talk about two comparisons today. The first comparison is Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson of the NFL, and for the NBA, Anthony Davis and Giannis. Here we go. When I look at Giannis, I see a hard worker. I see a driven young man. I see a guy that wants it. When I look at AD, I don't see that. I see complacency. I see laziness. I don't see no dog in him. Giannis had a hard life. His parents had to sacrifice for his survival and for them to have a better life. But then Giannis took it upon himself. When the opportunity presented itself, he had to go get it. He went out and tried out for the team, knowing he might get, sent back to where he came from. But he said, you know what? I'm going to take that chance. Then his family said, we're going to take that chance right behind you. And look at where Giannis at. An MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, a Finals MVP, and an NBA championship to a franchise that haven't won since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Oscar Robinson. Where do they do that at? That's a dog right there. He said, I don't want to play with other great players. I want to play against other great players. Anthony Davis. When I look at Anthony Davis, I don't see none of that. I see a guy that can't stay healthy. I see a guy that is a future Hall of Famer if he stays on the court healthy. People say, well, what are you talking about? Anthony Davis used to play point guard in high school. Then he had a mean growth spurt. But he still kept those ideals as a point guard. But ever since he won a championship, he's never been the same. And I compare these two because they're one and the same. They're the same thing. AD is supposed to have a career like Giannis. Let's be all the way 100. He's supposed to have a career like Giannis. Why you say that? Look, both of these guys are tall. We all know that. Both of these guys can finish at the rim with either hand, with athleticism and power. They're catching bodies out there. Then both of these guys have the ability to pass the ball. But you know what separates? Oh, not to mention, both of these guys play defense. But you know what separates the guys? Hard work and determination. Pride. Wanting to say, I want to win this for my family. I want to win this for myself. I want to win this for a city that hasn't won a championship since ever. That's what Giannis brings to the Milwaukee Bucks. What has AD brought to the Lakers? Laziness, tardiness, don't want to give a F. Like, what are we saying here? AD basically showing his ass out there to the Los Angeles Lakers. We got to ride a coattail of LeBron James in year 20. Not year 5, not year 10, year 20. How selfish can you be, AD? LeBron James have put you in situations you have never been in, man. He made the whole league turn around and actually pay attention to you. But you know what Giannis did? He took that from LeBron and said, if he don't want it, I want it. And that's why I'm so upset being a Los Angeles Lakers fan. I'm tired of AD. I'm tired. He don't give a fuck. He don't care about anything but himself. If AD really cared, AD could be the best big man to ever walk on the floor. Hell, people might forget about Tim Duncan. If AD had it in his heart like Giannis do. If AD had it in his heart to be a killer. He don't want to be a killer. He want to be, just want to be, I'm out here and, I'm just doing what I do. No, I want you to be a killer. I want you to go up there and say, LeBron, sit back with your cool 23. I'm going to get me a 30-piece and a biscuit with sweet and sour sauce from McDonald's because I'm loving it. What are we saying here? AD, you have the potential to be in the category with top power forwards of all time. You can play defense better than Giannis. You can score better than Giannis. You can rebound better than Giannis. You can shoot the three better than Giannis. You can facilitate better than Giannis. We saw you lead a team to the playoffs, but y'all ran into the Warriors, man. So what? You had your best opportunity when it was you and Boogie Cousins and Rondo. But, you know, some things happen. AD, when you going to step up and be a man? Be the man on the Lakers. Every big man that came through the Lakers front office that played to the full capability have been productive. Shaquille O'Neal, the three-peat. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 5. Paul Gasol, 2. Like, come on, yo, you're in a good company with bigs, man. You can. A lot of people can say what they want about Paul Gasol. When Kobe got him in the gym after they lost to the Celtics, Paul Gasol was a different man. And I look forward to when Paul Gasol is in the Hall of Fame, if he's not already in there now. AD, I need you to step up. I need you to be the leader that the Lakers need. The Lakers ain't going nowhere until you finally figure out, are you a dog or not? And that's sad that you got to figure that out. You had the 2020 championship. You demolished every big out there, from Bam to Jokic. Ain't no big in the West better than you. But those guys stay healthy longer than you. All the bigs. AD, do you realize last season when you came back off the injury, you dominated Joel Embiid on the offensive end, defensive end? That man couldn't buy a bucket to save his life. You would have thought Joel Embiid had to buy some VC so you can get better. That's how dominant you were. Why can't you be dominant like that all the time? Why does somebody have to peer pressure you for you to be dominant, man? Why? Why is it that I gotta come on my podcast and raise my voice to the highest bidder for you to be better, AD? Why is it that we gotta count on year 20 LeBron James for you to be better? I know the team in debacle. There's no reason the Lakers got all these guards. You can't run people out the gym. This ain't college. This is the pros. You gotta establish a core of players. Maybe they should make me GM. But anyway, that's what separates AD and Giannis. AD is technically sound better than Giannis, but Giannis got that dog in him. When you got that dog, you can do extraordinary things, man. You can do extraordinary things. You want to know what it's like to have that dog in you? Look at Draymond Green. I know everybody's up in arms about how he punched Jordan Poole in the face. But let's get past that for right now. I'm talking about the playoff run the Warriors had. Do y'all know Draymond Green made it hard for Nikola Jokic? He looked so tired, he looked like he wished he could get on a treadmill and eat a sandwich. That's what a dog is. You know what a dog is? It's Andrew Wiggins. Yeah, everybody talk about how Luka Doncic dropped 40 on him. Luka Doncic had 20 points. Do you know where the other 21 points came from? Free throws. People said he didn't play no defense. He murderized Luka Doncic. And he posterized Luka Doncic. That is what an all-star is. But I'm not going to get into that. Back to Giannis and AD. I would choose Giannis over AD because AD don't got that dog in him. I know Giannis going to give me everything I got. AD going to give me a half of what he got because he can never stay on the floor. He's a piece of glass. And until he figure that out, the Lakers ain't going to never go far. The Lakers probably won't even make it the playoffs this year because AD don't want it. AD don't want it. But you know who do want it? Giannis. You know why he want it? Because Giannis is in the gym right now. You know where AD at? We don't know. People talking about, yeah, AD dropped 28 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 3-pointers. So, what that mean? Can he do it in the regular season? Can he go out and average 32 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 blocks? AD should have had a year where he won the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year. But you know who won that? Giannis. Giannis won that because Giannis wanted more than AD. And until AD figured that out, the Lakers ain't gonna never go far. And that's sad. By the time AD figured it out, LeBron James be long gone. The Lakers will be in shambles. He's gonna ask for a trade. He's gonna ask for a trade. But let's get to the other topic. Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. I will choose Lamar Jackson over Patrick Mahomes any day because Lamar Jackson is more talented than Patrick Mahomes. People say, well, Patrick Mahomes got strong up. So does Lamar Jackson. Both of these guys, accuracy is iffy when it comes to the deep ball. Both of these guys can throw slants. Any throw Patrick Mahomes can do, Lamar Jackson can do it too. He's done it. The no-look throws, Lamar Jackson has done that too. Lamar Jackson is stronger than Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson is faster than Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson is gifted than Patrick Mahomes. But you know what separates him from Patrick Mahomes? Patrick Mahomes got that dog in him. Patrick Mahomes is going to cuss out his receivers if they drop a pass. And that includes future Hall of Famer Travis Kelce. You know what Lamar's going to do? Lamar's going to put his head down like this and he's going to say, well, we didn't have a good game. Instead of going up to the receivers and be like, yo, come on, yo, you got to catch passes, yo. Come on, we got to hold each other accountable. They feared Patrick Mahomes on Kansas City. They did not question his value to the team. But you know who did question their value to the team? The Baltimore Ravens. You know why? Because Lamar Jackson is not a true leader. A true leader of men will run through a brick wall for him. Kansas City would do that. And their offensive line is trash. The Ravens' offensive line is trash. But I don't think they'll run through a brick wall for Lamar Jackson. And then the team itself is hungry to win a championship. I don't think the Ravens are hungry to win a championship for Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson got all the talent in the world. But what is all that talent going to do if you don't put in the hard work? Patrick Mahomes works out with his receivers. Lamar Jackson works out, don't work out with his receivers, and don't study. Lamar Jackson, let me tell you something. You know Ravens history, you should know it. Those guys, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, and Marshall Yonder, all these guys were talented in college. But you know what got them to where they at now? Two of those guys are future Hall of Famers. Two of the other guys already in the Hall. Can't forget about Jonathan Ogden either. But you know what separates those guys from average guys? Few years, they relied on their talent, but you know what? An OG walked up to him and said, I know you talented as fuck, but you know what I want to do for you? I'm going to put you in the lab with me, and you're going to learn how to study. And they probably asked, what is studying? Studying is what's going to get you a gold jacket. Studying is what's going to make you hungry and a better player. But until you figure that out, you'll never understand that, oh, wow, I need a gold jacket. That's what separates Patrick Mahomes from Lamar Jackson. Patrick Mahomes is gonna get a gold jacket. And I don't like to, speculate on certain things. But the way Patrick Mahomes' career is headed, he's been to 4 AFC championships. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. How many AFC championships my quarterback has been to? How many Super Bowls has my quarterback been to? Patrick Mahomes got an MVP. Lamar got an MVP. Patrick Mahomes got an All-Pro. Lamar Jackson got an All-Pro. One guy is just satisfied with being good. Another guy is hungry to be great. And that's what separates these two players. Both these guys in high-power offenses surrounded by their skill set. But one guy has more skills than other. One guy is technically sound and studies the game on a high level. And now you can apply that with anybody in sports. When you're hungry to be great, you study your craft. When you're hungry to be good, you half-ass. That's why we see certain players make it to the league and don't go that far. Look at Tavon Austin. Look at Tavon Austin, Devin Duvernay, and Tyreek Hill. You know what all these guys got in common? All these guys were known for their speed and special teams. But you know what separate the two from Tavon? Two of those worked on their hands and the route running. Two of these guys are Pro Bowlers for special teams. Tavon, I don't know if he's a Pro Bowl or not. A lot of people didn't even know he was still in the league because he ain't making no noise. No noise. Geno Smith is making noise. Stephon Bailey is out of the league. And sooner or later, Tavon going to be out of the league. You know why? Because Tavon didn't evolve his game. Tavon should be playing on Sunday, not watching film on Sunday. You was on the Rams, Dallas, Green Bay, Jacksonville, and now Buffalo. That's 5 teams. That's 5 teams. You know what they say about people that play on multiple teams that's still not productive. At least when T.O. was on different teams, he was getting all pros. You're not even getting to an all-no. Like, you got to be better, yo. You got to separate yourself from just being good. Because people are going to put you in a bubble where it says you were just good, but it wasn't enough. Just like Ocho Cinco. He was good, but it wasn't enough. Sean McCoy. He was good, but it wasn't enough. Reggie Bush. He was good, but it wasn't enough. Adrian Peterson. Great. Hall of Fame. See the difference? Adrian Peterson was great. He's going to the Hall of Fame. Frank Gore. Consistent. He's going to the Hall of Fame. Ray Lewis. Without question. Ed Reed. Without question. Joe Flacco was good, but it wasn't enough. And that's why I tell people all the time, Lamar Jackson is not better than Joe Flacco because he hasn't brought the Lombardi to my city. You can have all the talent in the world, but it don't mean nothing if you don't show it on the biggest stage. We're supposed to be in Super Bowls every year, the way my quarterback play. You in the conversation of MVP every year, bro. Every year. But you don't show up when it counts the most? That's foolish. That's foolishness. That's why you and AD have so much in common. Y'all don't show up when it counts the most. Y'all had that one good year, and then y'all disappeared like sugar in water. When you going to step up and say, it's time for me to take over? We seen AD have some spurts where it's time to take over, but why is it not consistent? We seen Lamar Jackson have spurts, but why is it not consistent? We see Giannis take over games, and they win a championship. We seen Patrick Mahomes take over games, and he wins championships. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. If only these guys had the determination and hard work. Lamar Jackson, and we're questioning Lamar Jackson in year 5. Year 5. He should have had, let me tell you, if Lamar Jackson had hard work ethic, just like Peyton Manning, you know what he'd be? He would have 2 of those things, AFC championships, 2 of those things at Super Bowls, 2 of those things MVPs, without question. But he don't want to work hard. When you don't want to work hard, you half-ass. And when you half-ass, people don't really respect your game. And that's why they don't respect Lamar's game, because it hasn't led to anything but just a single award. Let's get the Lombardi. That'll shut them up, because they can't say nothing after you get the Lombardi, Lamar. They can't say anything. They can't say, what can they say? You got the Heisman. You got the MVP. You got an All-Pro. You led the league in touchdowns. You led the league for most rushing yards by a quarterback. You have every record possible for a QB and more. But you don't think like that. You worried about this contract of Deshaun Watson. Do you know why Deshaun Watson, you know why they gave him that contract? Because they know they're never going to get a quarterback like that, ever. Do you know why Kyler Murray got that contract? Because they don't want to keep drafting first-round pick quarterbacks because they eat up their money. Do you know why Dallas gave him that money? Because that guy outperformed his contract. Do you know why Kirk Cousins got that? Because that's the best quarterback they ever had in their whole career. Their whole career. Do you know why Russell Wilson got that contract with the Broncos? Because they know they can never draft quarterbacks. Never. Paxton Lynch? Was it Lynch? Then they had, who else? They had Brock Osweiler. Then they had Drew Lock. Tim Tebow. Shall I go on? The quarterback of quarterbacks for that franchise don't even know what talent is at the QB position. And he played it. Sean Elway. Come on, yo. Come on. Maybe it's the curse because you said you didn't want to play for the Ravens. Watch yourself. But you get my point. Stop worrying about everybody else. A true leader only focuses on what's in front of him, not what's behind him and not what's on the side of him. Maybe you should pay attention to what's in front of you. You want that Lombardi? Stop talking and put in the work. Because the more you talk, the more you drive everybody else away from you. Because you're going to be like a boy who cried wolf. You just talk. When you going to be about it? When you going to say enough is enough? When you going to say, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm going to take the Ravens to the Super Bowl. When AD going to say, fuck this shit. I'm going to take the LA Lakers to the championship. LeBron, you ride my coattail because I'm taking the team to the championship. But we all know that ain't going to never happen. Never. I'm your host, Jimmy Johnson Jr., and I just bring the truth and understanding. If only.